Hey all, it's Hunter. With this localization update, you can now exclude pages per locale, localize your CMS slugs, and even build custom locale pickers. Let's hop right into it. Here we have the website for Petal Pals, a global flower distributor with a base locale of English and Dutch and French as additional locales. And the entire site is already translated. There's a list of flowers powered by a CMS collection. We can change the locale and everything updates as you'd expect. But what if we want to adjust our CMS content per locale? Let's say in the Netherlands there's a tulip shortage. Hard to believe, I know, but we'll want to hide the tulip page. If we go to localization table, where we manage all our localizations, we can find the tulip item via the filter action in the toolbar. We can right click on the heading and click hide in this locale. And now the CMS item is completely excluded from this locale, and all the important details are handled automatically for you. If we go and preview our page, we'll see that the tulips appear in the English locale, but not in the Dutch locale. And if we go to the page, we'll see they show up in English, but the Dutch page leads to a 404. Then from there, we can just go back or switch locales again. And for the SEO experts, the hreflang tag and the sitemap are automatically updated to reflect that this page is now excluded from our locale. And it's not just CMS items, you can also hide any other page on your site per locale from the same UI in the localization table. Now let's take our localization one step further. We can now localize the slugs of our CMS items, allowing us to change the URL for a CMS item per locale. Let's find the sunflower item in our localization table and localize the slug for it. But first, a quick tip for you. You can now search for any field name in the localization table. Say you want to look for just content, or in this case, just slugs. One thing to note about slugs is they're always set to done by default. This is because they're an optional thing that some sites may want and others not. It also stops them from being batch translated and lets you get your site to 100% translated without having to do them. We could scroll and find the sunflower, but filtering is almost always faster. We find the sunflower slug, and we translate it, and there we go. We'll publish our site and see it in action. If we search for the page, we'll see that the search has been automatically updated with our new localized URL. And we can go ahead and click that to get to our page. We can take a look in the URL bar, and there's our localized URL. And if we switch locales with the locale picker, it switches back to our base language URL, just as you would expect. Maybe we're not sure if that old URL still exists anywhere on the web, and we don't want anyone to end up with a 404. Luckily, with this update, we also support localized redirects. So we can go to the redirect UI in the site settings, and by default, all new redirects will apply to all locales, unless you specify a locale in one of the two URLs that are in your redirect. And in this case, we'll do a locale specific redirect from nl/sunflower to nl/zonnebloem. And while we're here, let's make it so that anyone who ends up at /nl/tulip, the page we hid earlier, will get redirected to the home page instead of seeing a 404 page. With localized redirects, you have full control here, and you can do what works best for your site. We can test this on our live site by going to tulip, and then switching our locale to Dutch, and we're instantly taken to the home page. There's one more feature in this update that's just for those people who want that full control over their website, and that's custom locale pickers. If we preview the site, you can see we have this little menu over here in a relative overlay. And then if we go to our locale picker, it works well and was easy to set up, but maybe I want to add some extra information or just make it look more in line with my website style. I have a new component here that's just a frame with some text in it, and I will put it into my navigation component here. And it has a relative overlay with 3 more frames with text representing each of the locales on our website. Now let's hook it up and make it work. So we'll start by making the top level part of the component display the current locale. If we go to content, set variable, locale display option, the text will now be set to whatever the current locale of our website is. If we switch to locale with the canvas preview here, you'll see it updates with the current locale. Next, we need to make it so the items inside will set the locale when you click on them. We'll click on the English item, go to interactions, and select set locale. From here, we can see it's set to English. So we'll go to the next one. Then we'll make sure this says Dutch. And the last one, French. And if you want to go wild here, you can use the full power of components, transforms, and conditionals to do stuff like active states and more. But we'll keep it simple for this video. If we go and preview our site, we'll see that our picker component is now fully functional and updates as we update our locale. And that wraps up our latest localization update. You can see the full changelog and update post. I hope you enjoy using these features while making the web feel more local for everyone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.